No one believes in you. No mentor. No audience. No comforting voice whispering, "You can do it." Good. If I wish to weaken you, I would surround you with encouragement before you earn competence. I would cushion your failures so you never felt urgency. I would give you support so abundant that you would mistake it for strength. But you have been given something far more valuable: isolation. And isolation, when understood, is a weapon. When you have zero support, you are forced into clarity. There is no one to blame, no one to lean on, no one to impress. Only results matter. When applause disappears, performance stops. What remains is work. Pure, unobserved, uncelebrated work. And that is where real power is built. Support often creates dependency. Dependency creates hesitation. Hesitation destroys momentum. But when you stand alone, your survival depends on precision. You analyze more carefully. You prepare more thoroughly. You execute more deliberately. Failure hits harder when you have no safety net. That is precisely why you improve faster. Comfort slows evolution. Pressure accelerates it. You feel bitterness when no one shows up for you. You feel overlooked, underestimated, dismissed. Good. Underestimation is strategic camouflage. When no one expects you to succeed, you are free to build without scrutiny. The world pays attention to noise. It overlooks quiet construction. Use that. Build in silence. Improve without announcement. Let them assume you are stagnant while you are sharpening. The greatest weakness is borrowed confidence. If your belief in yourself depends on others believing first, you are fragile. The moment approval disappears, so does your drive. But when you begin without validation, you develop internal authority. You no longer ask, "Do they think I can?" You ask, "Have I prepared enough?" Preparation replaces reassurance. Discipline replaces motivation. Standards replace sympathy. There is something terrifying about having no support. You cannot afford excuses. You cannot afford laziness. You cannot afford emotional collapse. When you are alone, your habits either carry you or crush you. This is where most retreat. They say, "I need someone to help me." But what they truly need is endurance. Support feels warm. Endurance builds dominance. Understand this principle. If you can move forward without encouragement, you become immune to discouragement. Criticism loses its power. Rejection loses its sting. Because you were never fueled by praise in the first place. You were fueled by decision. Decision is stronger than emotion. Emotion fluctuates. Decision persists. Let me speak plainly. No one is coming. No hidden benefactor. No sudden savior. If success arrives, it will be because you engineered it. And that realization, harsh as it sounds, is liberating. When you stop waiting for permission, you accelerate. When you stop waiting for recognition, you execute. When you stop waiting for allies, you become formidable. Observe the psychology of those who rise alone. They do not complain publicly. They calculate privately. They do not advertise struggle. They refine strategy. They do not seek pity. They seek leverage. Leverage is created through skill, through discipline, through consistency. When no one supports you, skill becomes your only ally, and skill does not betray. Yes, loneliness will visit you. Yes, doubt will whisper. It will say, "Maybe they are right. Maybe you are not capable." Silence that voice with evidence. Evidence of work completed. Evidence of improvement measured. Evidence of effort sustained. Confidence built on opinion collapses. Confidence built on proof endures. There's also a gift hidden in isolation: independence of thought. When no one guides you, you are forced to think critically. You question assumptions. You design your own systems. You create instead of imitating. Support often comes with influence. Influence often comes with limitation. When you build alone, Your vision remains uncompromised. That purity of direction becomes power. You must adopt ruthless standards. Wake without negotiation. Work without announcement. Improve without applause. Track your progress with brutal honesty. If you are weak in an area, strengthen it. If you are ignorant, learn. If you fail, analyze. Isolation demands self-leadership. Self-leadership is the foundation of authority. There will come a moment when those who ignored you will notice your progress. They will call it sudden. They will call it luck. They will call it overnight. Smile. You will know the truth. It was built in silence. It was forged in obscurity. It was strengthened in solitude. They did not see the late nights, the disciplined mornings, the quiet refusals to quit. But you did, and that memory becomes unshakable confidence. When you rise without support, something extraordinary happens. You stop fearing abandonment. You stop fearing rejection. You stop fearing disapproval, because you have already succeeded without them. And once you realize you can advance alone, partnerships become optional, not necessary. Optional alliances create power. Desperate alliances create weakness. Do not misunderstand me. Support is pleasant. Encouragement is comfortable. But neither is essential. What is essential is resolve. Resolve does not require witnesses. It requires decision. And once decided, it demands repetition. Daily, relentless, unseen. Here is the ultimate truth. When no one supports you, you are tested for authenticity. Are you pursuing this because others applaud it, or because you are committed regardless? When applause is absent and you continue anyway, your ambition becomes pure. Purity of ambition is dangerous. It cannot be negotiated. It cannot be bribed. It cannot be intimidated. Let others rely on networks, on praise, on reassurance. You rely on execution. Execution builds results. Results build leverage. Leverage builds influence. And influence attracts support naturally. Ironically, once you no longer need support, it arrives. Because people are drawn to strength, not dependence. Stand alone if you must. Work in obscurity if required. Endure silence without complaint. Every day you move forward without assistance, your internal foundation thickens. And foundations do not beg. They hold. They support others. They remain steady under pressure. If you can succeed with zero support, imagine what you'll become when opportunity finally aligns. Unstoppable, because your strength was never borrowed. It was built alone